Welcome to Master the Art of Influence, where we unlock the communication secrets that every leader needs to know. Did you know that a staggering 93% of our day-to-day communication is nonverbal? That's right. What you say is often overshadowed by how you say it. This makes mastering communication skills not just useful but essential for anyone looking to lead effectively. In this series, we'll explore 6 critical skills that can transform you from a good leader into a great one. From the magic of active listening to the subtle art of the strategic pause, each chapter will delve deep into a key aspect of communication that you probably aren't using to its full potential. So, are you ready to see what these skills can do for you? Are you prepared to not just speak, but to influence? Join us as we reveal techniques that will not only improve how you communicate but change the way you connect with your team and lead your projects. Stay tuned, because by the end of this journey, you'll be equipped with the tools to command respect, inspire action, and maybe even change the world, one conversation at a time. Let's get started. Chapter 1. The Echo Technique, Mastering the Art of Listening. Have you ever noticed how the best leaders seem to have an almost magical ability to understand their team's needs? It's not magic, it's the art of active listening. Active listening involves more than just hearing words. It's about fully comprehending and reflecting the speaker's message. This technique, often referred to as the echo technique, involves repeating or paraphrasing what someone has said to confirm understanding and show empathy. Consider this. Research shows that effective listening can lead to higher customer satisfaction, greater productivity with fewer mistakes, and increased sharing of information that can lead to more creative and innovative work. Many leaders think they are good listeners, yet most employees feel unheard. Bridging this gap is crucial. Active listening is a skill that requires practice. Start by paying full attention to the speaker, avoiding the temptation to think about your response while the other person is talking. Instead, focus on their words, tone, and body language. This will help you grasp the full message being communicated. After they've finished, echo their message to confirm understanding. This can be as simple as saying, "What I'm hearing is," or "It sounds like you're saying." By echoing their words, you validate the speaker's thoughts and feelings, which is incredibly powerful. It shows you care and are genuinely interested in what they have to say, which can significantly enhance trust and respect. Leaders who master this skill are often seen as more empathetic and competent. Chapter 2. Painting with Words, the Power of Storytelling. Storytelling is not just for writers and artists. It's a critical tool for leaders too. Effective storytelling can transform a standard speech into an inspiring narrative that resonates with audiences on a deeper level. A good story can humanize complex issues and inspire teams to achieve more than they thought possible. Did you know that our brains are more engaged by stories than by cold, hard facts? According to neuroeconomics pioneer Paul Zak, a compelling story can cause the release of oxytocin, the empathy chemical. This means that when leaders use storytelling, they're not just speaking to their team. They're connecting with them emotionally, which can boost motivation and teamwork. But how do you tell a good story? Start with a clear message. What is the core point you want to leave your audience with? Once you have that, think about a real-world situation that illustrates this message. Make it relatable and add elements of conflict or challenge to keep it engaging. Don't forget to emphasize the resolution. This is where the lesson or moral of your story comes to light. Remember, the best stories are those that align with your listeners' values or experiences. When your team sees themselves in the story, their connection to the message strengthens. This not only makes your communication more effective but also fosters a stronger, more unified team. Both active listening and storytelling are powerful techniques that can significantly enhance your leadership effectiveness. They help create a bridge between leaders and their teams, fostering an environment of trust and mutual respect. As you develop these skills, you'll find that your influence as a leader grows, helping you to not only achieve your goals but also inspire those around you to reach theirs. Chapter 3. Questions as Quivers, Strategic Inquiry. How often do you ask questions just to fill the silence? If you're like most people, probably more often than you'd like to admit. But in the realm of leadership, questions are not just space fillers, they're tools. Strategic inquiry involves using questions to encourage deep thinking, spur creativity, and drive innovation among your team. The right question at the right time can open up endless possibilities. For instance, instead of asking yes or no questions like, "Do you agree?" try open-ended questions such as, "What are your thoughts on this?" These types of questions invite a more detailed response and demonstrate that you value the other person's opinion. Here's an interesting fact. Research suggests that leaders who ask questions effectively lead teams that are more adaptable and proactive. This is because questions can challenge the status quo and encourage team members to think about problems and solutions in new ways. A good strategy is to use what's known as the 5 whys technique. Originally developed by Sakichi Toyoda for Toyota's manufacturing processes, this technique involves asking, why? 5 times to delve deeply into the root cause of a problem. It's surprisingly effective in a wide range of scenarios, from resolving conflicts to developing new products. When framing your questions, keep them clear and concise. Ambiguity can lead to confusion and make it difficult for team members to provide useful answers. Remember, the goal is to spark thoughtful discussions that lead to actionable insights, not just to gather information. Chapter 4. Silence is golden. The strategic pause. Silence is a powerful tool in communication, though it's often underused. In a world where everyone seems to be constantly talking, being silent can make you stand out. But more importantly, it can make you a better listener, a clearer thinker, and a more effective leader. Think about this. Studies have shown that pausing for just a few seconds before responding can change the dynamics of a conversation. It shows that you are considering what the other person has said, which can make them feel heard and respected. This can lead to more honest and open communication. Using silence effectively requires practice. During conversations, try intentionally pausing before you speak. This not only gives you time to formulate a better response but also gives the other person a moment to reflect on what they've just said. Another technique is to use silence after asking a question. This can be particularly effective in meetings or discussions. Often, people need a few seconds to think about their answers, and jumping in too quickly can cut off their thought process. By staying silent, you encourage deeper thinking and more detailed responses. Silence can also be used to de-escalate conflicts. When emotions are running high, continuing to talk can often make things worse. A strategic pause can give everyone a chance to calm down and approach the situation more rationally. Incorporating these strategies into your leadership approach can enhance your communication skills significantly. Questions can unlock new insights and ideas, while strategic use of silence can improve the quality of your interactions. As you practice these skills, you'll likely notice a shift in how your team interacts and collaborates, leading to better outcomes and a more cohesive group. Chapter 5. The feedback loop. Constructive critiques. Giving feedback is a delicate art. When done correctly, it can enhance skills, boost confidence, and encourage personal and professional growth. However, done poorly, it can do the opposite. As a leader, your goal is to master the art of constructive criticism. One effective approach is the sandwich method, where you begin with a positive comment, follow with the critique, and conclude with another positive remark. This technique can help soften the blow of criticism and leave the recipient feeling motivated rather than discouraged. For example, you might say, "I really appreciate your enthusiasm in meetings. I think if you prepared a bit more in advance, your points would come across even stronger. I value your contributions and look forward to seeing your ideas develop further." A fascinating statistic to consider. According to a Gallup poll, employees who receive regular feedback feel significantly more engaged at work. Regular, constructive feedback can be a key driver of workforce engagement and productivity. It's also important to be specific with feedback. Avoid vague comments like, "You need to be more proactive." Instead, provide clear, actionable advice. "I'd like to see you volunteer for new projects more often," which could be a good way to showcase your proactive approach. Finally, timing is everything. Offer feedback promptly. Don't wait for an annual review to address something that happened months ago. Immediate feedback is more relevant, and it increases the likelihood that the behavior will be corrected or encouraged. Chapter 6. Adapting the tone. Emotional intelligence in action. Effective leaders know that communication isn't just about what you say, but how you say it. Adapting your tone to suit the emotional climate of your audience is a skill that can significantly enhance your leadership effectiveness. Emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in this process. It involves understanding your own emotions and those of others, and then using this awareness to guide your communication. For instance, if a team member is upset about a failed project, it's more appropriate to speak in a tone that shows empathy and understanding rather than one of indifference or frustration. Did you know that, according to research, Leaders with high emotional intelligence are more likely to keep their teams satisfied and cohesive? This is because they can navigate the emotional complexities of a group and communicate in ways that resonate emotionally with their team members. To improve your emotional intelligence, start by practicing self-awareness. Reflect on your emotions and reactions. What triggers them? How do they affect your communication? Then, try to read the room. Observe body language, tone, and mood. This will help you adjust your message and its delivery to better connect with your audience. Remember, the tone of your communication can often be as influential as the content. By adapting your tone based on the situation and the needs of your audience, you can communicate more effectively, build stronger relationships, and lead your team more successfully. These strategies for giving feedback and adapting your tone are integral for any leader aiming to improve their communication skills. Through thoughtful, empathetic engagement, you can inspire your team to greater heights and foster an environment where feedback and emotional intelligence drive success.